Welcome back to Exploring Whiskeys. I'm Eric.
I'm Kevin. Today we are going back to a distillery we just kind of did a couple weeks ago. The Glen Moray. This is a special finish. Yeah, we'll work with that.
Yeah.
So we got the Sherry Cask Finish release. This is the same classic range. The Elgin, I think, was where we went with that, but I'm not really sure. Yeah, so they've been doing whiskey. They've been doing whiskey since 1897.
Previous to that, they were a brewery.
Yeah,
For 67 years.
67 years they made beer and then
That
decided
meeting was like, hey,
let's do whiskey.
kind of
instead.
done doing beer.
Yeah, Scotch is kind of the thing. Why not? Outside of that, so this one is no age statement, and we did, I think, a little bit more history in the last one. We'll link that up over there. Yeah, so no age statement, but they do talk about it's 6 to 7 years in ex-bourbon barrels, and then 9 to 12 months in Oloroso sherry.
The finest.
Finest
Oloroso Sherry Cask.
Gotta love the marketing.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you're still talking, 7 to 8 years of total aging. It's not horrible, but they don't put the age statement. It is, unfortunately, 80 proof.
Yeah.
That's the only bad part here.
But very fruity.
Very fruity. Light, fruity, sweet, malt, honey, all that fun stuff that you get off of, I think the Glen Moray was very simple, like the malt and the honey and all that. So now you're just picking up a little extra with some fruity notes.
The cherries, like the raisins.
Yes. A lot of times, sometimes, with the 80 proof scotches, like the nose is a little bit muted. This has got a solid nose. So it comes out. There's pretty good range
This
here.
has got more to the nose than the previous one.
Yeah, I would agree.
Way more.
Yep. Though I remember that one having a really solid palate. So it just, is there a touch of smoke in there?
I got a little touch of burn.
Burn?
Back.
I didn't get burn. You're talking about like an ethanol burn?
Yeah.
I didn't get that. I got just a little hint of a smoke and then a lot of fruits, some honeys.
I got a little bit of the smoke on the initial
funny.
aftertaste, but then it just goes to back to the like raisin.
Yeah, sweet
cherry.
fruits.
Yep.
I don't get any smoke off on the nose.
No.
At all. It's just mostly the malt and honey and then like a fruit wrapped around that.
I get a little bit of smoke if I let it just kind of sit
Yeah.
on the tongue.
It's
Yeah.
funny, but it's not an overpowering, it's not an Isla, it's not
No.
aggressive or any of that kind of stuff. But the fact that it's there is a little funny. And it's more like, but it is more like the smoke that I would think from an Isla than I would think from the barrel, if that makes sense. So that's kind of neat that it is showing up. I wonder what they're doing to dry out the barley or something, or maybe they re-char the Oloroso, and
Maybe.
there's a little bit of a char coming through on that, but it's kind of neat. I do get a touch of like an orange note, orange zest. Something's in there a little bit. It's not crazy strong, but there's some different tropical fruit notes that fly through in this.
Kind of like when you kind of just twist that orange peel.
Yeah, the expression of like
the oil. Oil.
It's really nice.
Very, very easy drinker.
Very easy to drink. I agree. There is a little bit like you feel the proof a little bit. Like there's almost a warmth, and for 80 proof, I don't understand how there's a little bit of warmth to 80 proof.
No.
But it's like almost there. There's no hug. Like it doesn't drop down into the chest by any means. But for 30-ish bucks, it's a really solid scotch.
There's usually, in most stores I go into, there's usually 3 or 4 Glen Morays lined up.
Yep. Again, and I think I said this in the first episode we did with Glen. It's just not a brand I looked for. I don't know why. It's actually pretty solid. It's good. It's really good scotch. It's got and they have a really extensive like number of lines. I think they have like 4 or 5 different lines. They have the classics and the heritage and all those kind of things. I think we're just gonna have to keep an eye out for those, because I think there's probably some pretty good. One, I'd love to see a proof more in the 90s. That'd be really nice.
That's kind of a standard thing for us.
Yeah, it is. So if they had something that was a little bit higher proof, I think that would be good. We did the 12 the first time. This finish this time, a sherry finish. I know there's older ones. I know there's like a port finish. There's a couple different things like that. I could really see they have a good base.
Well, obviously, I've enjoyed this bottle.
Yep. It's a really good...
This is a repeat bottle. Once this is done, I'll buy it again.
Yeah. It's a nice bottle to have on the bar. I wonder what kind of cocktail you can pull off with that guy. But yeah, the fruit and...
Not your ginger beer.
No, I don't... Well, I mean...
You could.
It could, but I don't think they necessarily play off each other as much.
No.
A lot of good flavors. The nose is apparent. So there's just a little bit more to this, even though it is only 80 proof. Kind of like that. I like it. Good little bottle. You get a little more oaky when you aerate it a touch. Mm-hmm. Not like a little oaky spice comes through.
Little pepper.
Yeah, something kind of. Yeah, I'd go with that. I could work with pepper. It's not aggressive. It's not a rye pepper. It's just like a little bit of an oaky spice kind of pops through when you do that, or maybe like just aerated a touch. Not bad. And now a Speyside that, have to keep looking for these now. Good bottle.
Well, 2 down.
2 down. Yep.
Handful more to go.
There's a bunch in this line, and like I said, there's a heritage line with like 6 more, and then that gets into the fancy lines and 18 and 25 years, which I probably don't make it here, but who knows?
I know, you see a lot of scotches that are finished in the sherry casks, but this one, I feel like you get a lot more.
I think it's the amount of time.
Yeah, well, almost a year.
Yeah, the 9 to 12 months.
4 to 6 months. Yeah. Keep it in there a little longer. They did a solid on that one.
Yeah, it adds to it, but it doesn't overpower it.
Yeah.
Which is nice. And I like the fact that they didn't just age it in the sherry casks, because it is a little bit lighter. If it was all 8 years in sherry, that might have blown it out.
Really, really sweet. Might
have blown it out and might not taste like scotch anymore, but I like the fact that they're doing the ex-bourbon barrels and then just a long finish. Mm-hmm. It's nice. I like it. It's a good combo. I think they figured out what they're doing after, a couple of years.
Yeah, because the first release was just a couple of years ago.
Yeah, I think this one came out in
18 or 19?
16, 18? Okay, 16, 18, something like that, yeah. For the finishes, right?
Obviously, one we both enjoyed.
Yeah, very much.
Both enjoyed. Looking forward to spending some more time on the Glen Moray lineup. Hope you enjoyed this review. Again, as always, if you do, we'd appreciate that thumbs up.
While you're down there, if you're new to the channel, subscribe, hit the bell icon so you get notified every time we put out a new episode. Let us know if you've ever had any other Glen Morays that you might recommend. Or
good, bad. What's your opinion?
Let us know. Love to hear from you.
Thanks for watching.
Cheers.